Hi there, I'm Katie, your safety trainer. In today's video, we're diving into the world of fire blankets. You've probably seen these around, made from materials like fiberglass, Kevlar, or even wool, all treated to resist fire. They're an excellent addition to your firefighting toolkit, but like any tool, they're only effective if used correctly. Today we'll explore where you might find fire blankets, the various sizes they come in, potential hazards, and the best practices for using them safely. Remember, if you have specific questions about fire blankets, it's always a good idea to consult the manufacturer, your supervisor, or your local fire department. Let's get started. Fire blankets are a handy tool for snuffing out small fires, and you'll typically find them in various key locations like kitchens, labs, offices, workshops, and garages. Depending on the regulations in your area, similar to fire extinguishers, fire blankets might even be a requirement under local or state codes. It's important to mention that fire blankets aren't just for dousing fires on objects. They can also be used in emergencies to smother flames on someone's clothing. However, there's a right way to do this. Because of the risk of driving flames toward a person's face, experts usually advise getting the individual to lie down before carefully covering them with the blanket. This approach helps to manage the situation more safely, preventing the fire from escalating. Enjoying this safety video? There's more where that came from on Got Safety Lite. Sign up for free and gain access to our library of over 1,800 safety videos. If we don't have the lesson you're looking for, we'll make it at no cost. Click the link to sign up today. Fire blankets come in various sizes to match different needs, thanks to their ease of use. Manufacturers now offer options tailored for specific situations, including car fire blankets, lithium battery fire blankets, forklift fire blankets, and safe fire blankets. These blankets are usually mounted in spots that are easy to reach, especially where they're most likely needed, like near stoves and kitchens. If you're unsure where the fire blankets are located in your facility, it's a good idea to ask your supervisor. Also, it's important to note that fire blankets can be single-use or reusable, depending on what the manufacturer specifies. To make sure you're using the right type, always check the label or instructions that came with the blanket. Or again, feel free to ask your supervisor for more details. When you reach for a fire blanket, just like when using a fire extinguisher, it's crucial to know that incorrect usage can lead to several hazards. Here's what to watch out for. If you're using a fire blanket, remember you need to get close to the flames, which can increase your risk of burns. Also, if you throw the blanket or apply it incorrectly, you might fan the flames instead of smothering them, potentially making the fire bigger. There's also a risk of pulling the flames towards yourself if you attempt to cover the fire and then pull back. One specific hazard to be aware of involves older fire blankets manufactured before 1989. These might contain asbestos, which can pose serious health risks. Always ensure using a modern, safe fire blanket to avoid this danger. When it comes to using fire blankets, it's important to remember that they are primarily designed to tackle small fires, like something you might see in a pot or trash can. For larger fires, it's crucial that you don't attempt to use a fire blanket. Instead, evacuate the area immediately and call emergency services by dialing 911. Environmental factors also play a significant role in how effective a fire blanket can be, especially if the fire is outdoors. Wind or weather conditions can influence the blanket's ability to smother a fire effectively. If you're unsure about using a fire blanket under certain environmental conditions, or if you have any questions about the capabilities of the fire blanket available at your location, it's always best to consult with the manufacturer or speak directly with your supervisor to get the right guidance. Before you ever need to use a fire blanket in an emergency, there are some important steps you should take to ensure you're prepared. First, make sure you're familiar with the manufacturer's instructions on how to use the blanket. You can find these instructions on the packaging or in educational pamphlets provided by the manufacturer. Regular inspections of both the container and the blanket are also crucial. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations as well as your company's policies to ensure the blanket is in good condition. If you notice any wear or damage, report it to your supervisor right away and replace the fire blanket as needed. Just like fire extinguishers, fire blankets can have a shelf life of around 5 years. If you're unsure about the shelf life of your company's fire blankets, check the product packaging or contact the manufacturer for more information. Lastly, always ensure that fire blankets are clean and free from any dirt, oil, or other substances that might impair their effectiveness. If a blanket is dirty, report it and follow the manufacturer's instructions for cleaning. Keeping your fire blanket in top condition is key to ensuring it will work effectively when you really need it. In an emergency, using a fire blanket correctly is crucial. Start by turning off the heat source if applicable. Then carefully remove the fire blanket from its storage according to the manufacturer's instructions. You might need to pull on tabs or open a metal box or storage bag. When handling the blanket, keep the tabs facing you and protect your hands by folding the blanket inward, keeping the back of your hands against it. Hold the blanket at a height that doesn't obstruct your vision, but is also not so low that it becomes a tripping hazard. Approach the fire with your arms extended straight in front of you, moving slowly and steadily. It's important not to throw the blanket onto the fire, as this can miss the target or fan the flames, making the situation worse. Also, avoid pulling away once close to the flames, as the material could stick and spread the fire. Cover the burning item with a rapid, swift motion and ensure the blanket completely covers it. Leave the blanket in place for the duration recommended by the manufacturer, typically around 30 to 45 minutes. If at any point you doubt that the fire is fully extinguished, or if you feel the situation isn't safe, call your local emergency services immediately by dialing 911. After the emergency, report the used fire blanket to your supervisor and replace it as necessary. To conclude, fire blankets provide a practical option for businesses and homeowners to manage small fires effectively. They are available in various sizes, suitable for different scenarios, and can even be used in emergencies to help someone whose clothes have caught fire. However, it's important to remember that fire blankets are not designed for large fires. Their effectiveness can vary based on the fire's location and the surrounding environmental conditions. Always use fire blankets in line with the manufacturer's instructions and your company's policies. If you have any questions about the fire blankets at your facility, don't hesitate to speak with your supervisor. That's all for today's lesson. If you found this video helpful, be sure to follow us on social media. And remember, stay safe out there.